These are all the pieces for the FireTruck. 4 of the square frames, 2 of the long frames. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 length axles, 2 9s. Small wheels, large wheels, 1, 2, 12 black pegs, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 blue pegs, the long ones, and then we have 10 of the small blue pegs with the pluses, 2 7 beams, 2 large L's, 5 beams and a 3 beam, and 2 of the small black connectors that have 2 pluses and 1 circle on them, and then 2 of these piston kind of rod things. I'm not sure what their name is. A curly tube and 2 red cones and 4 axle hubs. All right, so I'm going to push these out of the way here. All right, here's our FireTruck that we're making. And to start this, we're going to start building the frame. So I have the large frame piece here, and we need to fill it in to stop the water from falling out. So to do that, we get 2 5 beams, put a peg at each end, and insert them in like that. Then we can fold them down, and then we get 2 blue pegs alongside in, and peg that in place. So that forms the back of our frame. So now we need to fill in this little portion here. We do that by getting what we call a turtle, stick him in there, and then a 3 beam and stick it on the end. So that is now the base of our frame. So I'm going to rotate him over, and I'm going to rotate this over. Now the next layer is made up by 2 of the small square frames and a turtle in between. So that's going to fit on top here. So what we need to do is identify where the posts are going to come up. So I'm going to take 4 more blue pegs, and I'm going to put them short end down, starting at the back, leaving a gap, and then putting the next layer on. So now I can take my next level of the frame, and if I identify, this is the front end, if I identify the back set of holes here, I'm going to put them over the top here and do that. So I have 4 pegs coming up, anchoring that in place. So I need 1 more layer, and that's going to be done with these 7 beams. And I'm going to put the beam hitting the front peg. So there's my frame so far. At this point, I might as well add the wheels just so I make sure I built it right. So I'm going to take those. I'm going to take my 2 big wheels and my 2 small wheels. I'm going to take my 2 axles. These are 11s, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, they're 9s. And I'm going to take 4 of the little gray bushings. So these are all done the same way. On the flat side of the wheel, not the concave side, I slide the axle in just enough so it goes in. Put this on here. Now, the big wheels go at the back, so this being the back, and because they're higher, bigger, they go up higher. So they actually go in the last hole of this middle layer. Do it from the back here. Last hole of the middle layer. And we can put another bushing on here, take the flat side of the wheel, put it on there. So there's that. So then we do the same with the small wheels. Flat side of the wheel, axle just partially in. Take this, now this, because this is a smaller wheel, it's going to go in the bottom hole at the front. At which point, it should roll pretty easily. All right. So, next, we have a couple more layers up top here to form the back end of the fire engine where the water will go. So we need a couple more black pegs. Actually, we need 8 more black pegs. And let me see here. Right, so if we start one hole from the back, so leave a space and put it in, and then leave a hole and put it in. So there's a nice pattern of 4 there. We take our small square here, and we put it so the front of the square is in these pegs here. So you'll notice it hangs off the back a little bit, unsupported, but that's okay. Now then, we have 4 more empty holes at this point. And now I can take the large frame and attach the last hole at the back. So now you'll see it sort of hangs out front and back. And if you look down the middle, there's an unobstructed storage area there, which is where the water's going to go. All right, so now we'll just do the cab. So I'm going to put this off to the side for a minute. So the cab, we build up these pieces. All right, so to start the cab, we're going to make the attachment point. So to do this, we take one of these small black pieces with the 2 plus holes, and we put a black peg in there. I'm going to sit this on the ground like that. And I'm going to make another one that is its mirror image. So you have 2 that are not, well, actually they are identical, but they fit like that. So I'm going to take the small block and I'm going to insert these on the inside. One here, and I'm going to make sure that the black pegs both face in the same direction, both down. Right, so that's going to form the base of our cab. Then I'm going to put 4 blue pegs, 1 in each corner, short side first. I'm going to lay the first layer, which is the big L's. Notice they point towards each other. Now the opening here now is at the front. And then I'm going to take 2 more L's. So now I have 6. So I'm going to take my 2 grays, put them on the side. Take my dark gray, put it on the back. So now I have my cab. I can take these 2 pegs and put them in these 2 middle holes here, and it attaches in right like that. If I take a couple of the blue pegs, put the pluses inside the red cones, and there we go. So there's that. Now we've got a little bit of decoration we can add here. I'm going to take these 2 red L's, and they're going to fit on the sides. So if we have a look at it, this one's going to fit here, which means I need a peg, a blue peg in the top, pointing in. Once again, purely decoration, no functional value. I'm going to do the same on this side. Okay, then I'm going to take my little tube, my little bendy tube here. I'm going to put one of these little cylinder head pieces on either end, and then I'm going to take a blue peg, put it on either side, attach one into the front here on the left side, and this one at the back on the right side. I recommend you twist that up a little bit. So there we go. I noticed in looking at these 2, the front wheels are a little different. I would say you should use whichever ones you have in your kit. They both run more or less the same.